What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. We live and direct, baby. Today gonna be one of them ones. Today is gonna be one of them ones. It's gonna be one of them videos today, man. And honestly, we've been long overdue for a little bit of time now. Um, let's talk about let's talk about y'all favorite boys. Excuse me. Let's talk about y'all favorite boys, the Cartier family. Some of the biggest embarrassments to the black community that I've seen with the way they tap dance for white supremacists, with the way that they coddle white supremacists, with the way that they always give white supremacists an out every single time. You know, it's crazy, but I'm gonna get to it in a minute. I'm gonna let some of y'all come on in here. Dwayne Johnson, what's the word, boss? How you feeling, fam? What's happening, y'all? What's going on? Good evening, good evening. Hope everybody is feeling good. I hope everybody had a great day. Happy Veterans Day to all the people who served for this country. Got several family members who served in the military. Imperial Stats, man, what's going on with you, boss? Can y'all hear me well? I'm hoping everybody can hear me good. I'm gonna let a few more people file in before I start going on my whole little rant and spiel about the Cartier family. Because I used to think they were the worst until I heard Officer Tatum brag he was only spit on once in his trip to Israel. Crazy. And Officer Tatum is going to be the genesis of this video for real, right? And we gonna get to it in a minute. Like I said, good evening, everybody. Give me like two more minutes, and I'm gonna just go on and do my talking about what needs to be said about the Cartier family. I've already said a lot of things about them previously, but the way they just came out to defend Nick Fuentes is laughable. It's despicable. Truthfully, like I don't know how. I want to say this. They're grown men. They're young, but they're grown men. But I really want to say, man, their parents failed them, man. Because there's no way. I know their parents are privy to the content that they make. Like my parents would never. Like it would be no way they would co-sign that, no matter how much money I'm making off YouTube. No way. I wouldn't even feel comfortable. They wouldn't even allow me to feel comfortable talking the anti-black rhetoric that they speak on YouTube consistently, right? The Cartier family, their fan base is comprised of white supremacists. Their fan base is made up of I hate black folks, I can't stand black people, white supremacists. Like, you know what I mean? That is what their fan base consists of. They look at them as the good ones. They look at the Cartier family's audience look at them as the good ones, and they are proud of being the good ones. I will never be nobody's good black man. Never. Because what that implies is, you know, racism is cool to black folks. Racism is cool. Racism is cool against black people. But hey, I like you guys. You guys are cool. Like what the heck? Like, come on, man. Come on. So I'm looking at y'all comments right now. I know which one you're talking about on the Cartier family. Yeah. So basically, Nick Fuentes has come out and he has given Officer Tatum, Brandon Tatum, his wake up call. Right? He basically calls Brandon Tatum dumb. Says he needs an education, an education. He starts talking in Ebonics. Starts talking what he calls Ebonics. He starts talking, in a way that he feels like these uneducated black people talk, right? And he's going at Officer Tatum. Brandon Tatum is getting embarrassed, right? For all that bootlicking and butter biscuit eating Brandon Tatum does on a regular basis, all that ass kissing he does for white supremacists is come back to bite him, right? Because Nick Fuentes is causing a civil war within the Republican Party, right? If you don't talk like him, if you're not against black people, against Jewish people, you know what I mean, against everybody like him, if you ain't talking that rhetoric, like it's no in between. He is a strong Hitler-loving white supremacist, and if you're not on code with him, then he's drawing a line in the sand, which includes a lot of the MAGA crowd, right? So he's going at certain individuals, black MAGA people, like Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum is he's so distraught, he's so hurt that one of my own people, one of my own people, you're going against me. Oh my God, he's so hurt. Now you got all like Brandon Tatum is in a video sounding like for a second he trying to side with black folks a little bit, and I'm like, oh, what type of topsy-turvy world are we living in where he's speaking something, he's saying something that can kind of almost side with black people for a minute, right? But Nick Fuentes going at Brandon Tatum like crazy, right? And then he says that he wants a word, like he says racism, white people's racism is justified. It's valid. He says the racism of white people is justified, is 100% valid, you know? And he says, basically, white people want to live away from black people, to stay away from danger and to stay out of harm's way. And he says, what's the problem with that? What's wrong with that? White people want to stay away from black people. What's wrong with that? That's what he says. And it is what it is. They should stay away from black people. He says, stay away from black neighborhoods, stay away from black functions. On certain holidays, stay away. Don't go out at night because black people are going to be around to terrorize white people. White people don't want to be victimized by the violent black folks in this world. And white people should stay away from black people at all costs if they don't want to be victimized, right? After all of this, he's saying racism, white people's racism is justified, and saying that black people are violent thugs. That's what he's saying. After all of this, here come the Cartier family. They come out and they trying to defend his race. And well, he's not really racist. One of the dude in the middle, he basically he's having a moment where he's like, he's saying he's racist. The other two, I mean, he's not really racist. He's not racist. But he's telling y'all he's racist. He's telling y'all he's racist, and you're trying to play all these mental gymnastics. Well, he's not really racist. I wouldn't call it racism. They pulling that old Judge Joe Brown. Well, I wouldn't call it racist. I would just say he's having a difference of opinion. I wouldn't call it racist at all. It's not racist, just a difference of opinion. And it's just good old difference of opinion. And we was tough. We was men in our day. We was tough men who could take a little bit of playing a dust. No racism over here. If ever, when there is any racism, I don't seize it. No racism. That's what he pulling. That's what they pulling, rather, the Cartier family. Like, you got a dude telling you, Nick Fuentes is a self-admitted racist. He says he's racist on a regular basis, and they're trying to say, no, you're not. No, you're not racist. Nick Fuentes, no, you're not. No, you're not. I'm like, wow. Y'all want to eat butter biscuits from the damn racist table so bad. When a man is telling you he's racist, you're creating reasons to say he's not. One of them say, well, his favorite artist is Kanye West. And I say, that's got to be the stupidest stuff I've ever heard in my life. Remember when Bill Cosby, on the pilot episode of the Cosby Show, when Theo was doing bad in school, and Theo tries to have that heart-to-heart moment with his dad. Well, we would later come out to find that Theo had dyslexia, right? But anyway, he's trying to have the heart-to-heart moment with his dad about, like, can you just love me for being your son? I might not be the best student or whatever. And Bill Cosby says, He acts like he's going to give sympathy. He says, Theo, that's some of the dumbest stuff I've ever heard in my life. And when that young dude said that, oh, well, is he really racist because he likes Kanye West? And I said, man, are you stupid? Members of the Ku Klux Klan love Michael Jordan. Remember, like, some of the most racist people in the world love black athletes. Are we serious, bro? You're a grown adult saying somebody isn't racist because they like a musical artist. That's the silliest stuff in the world. But here they go repeating it. Well, I mean, is this racism going to stop me from achieving? I hate when people do that. To give racism an out, they say stuff like, well, is racism going to stop me from doing what I have to do in this world and achieving things? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Right? Systemic racism works just that way, to create barriers from your black ass getting whatever you're trying to achieve. You got to work 3 times as hard to get the same place, to get to the same place that a white man or a white woman. All they had to just know somebody to get in the door. You got to work 3 times as hard and do all these. You got to do jumping jacks. You got to do all this type of all these type of different obstacles you got to climb over to get to the job or get to a certain level of success. So yes, racism will impede your success 100%. I hate when they on there trying to play that role. Is it racism going to stop me from achieving anything? Is it going to prevent me from going anywhere? Yes. Yes, dummies. And I know it sounds harsh, but the baby bug dancers called the Cartier family, they deserve it. They deserve it because the grifting is getting out of control. It's gotten so out of hand. Nick Fuentes say the N-word left and right. He says the N-word all day long, and here they go. Well, I wouldn't find it racist. I mean, he had a video when he was talking about some real N-words, and here they go, the Cartier family. I mean, he keeping it real. He keeping it real. Like, are you stupid? Like, it made me, I promise y'all, man, I don't know how their mama or father don't smack the hell out of all of them. Because there's no way on God's green earth I could say these things or make these excuses for races at every turn, and my parents will still be up in here like loving on me. No. They playing all these different mental gymnastics. Well, I mean, he says racist phrases. Like, what? He has racist opinions. If a person got racist opinions, they are a racist. Why are we trying to act like it's not what it is when it comes to Nick Fuentes? Y'all love him that bad? What it is that they're trying to keep that audience that they build up, that hateful white supremacist audience. And the moment they go against Nick Fuentes and call him a racist, they feel like their audience will turn against them, will turn on them. And that's their fault for catering to people who don't even like them. One of the dudes in the same, like, one of the guys in the Cartier family, he says, well, Nick, he's pro-America and I'm pro-America too. Pro-America, their pro-America does not include you. Does not include you, brother. It does not include you. Their pro-America does not include black people. Right? So let's not play this game. This whole, well, we want better for white supremacists always say, I actually like black people. I want better for you. No, you don't. If you wanted better for black folks, you wouldn't paint black people with this brush, this general brush, you wouldn't paint us with these wide generalizations that we're all just evil villains. We're just all thugs and criminals. They paint us with this wide brush that all of us are criminals and we are people who you need to run away from at every turn, right? They have all of these, they say they holler out stuff like black fatigue, right? And we supposed to think you like black people? We're supposed to think that your version of America includes black people? We supposed to think that you really, really want better for black people? No, you don't. The same way the Cartier family will sit on YouTube and say, I want better for black people. I really do. No, the hell you don't. When you go through their channel, every video about black folks is something demeaning, something like, calling us every name in a book. Every video they got about black people is villainizing us without any pushback to the other side. None. So how can you tell me you love black people, you want better for? No, you won't. You don't want better for black people. No, you don't. One of them even says, we know black people are more violent, and they feed into that black fatigue narrative over and over again. And you think we supposed to think you're not racist? What what do we know black people are more violent? Yes, say whatever you gotta say, I guess. That's what you gotta say to keep that audience satisfied. To keep that racist audience, that racist crowd satisfied. Because ain't no black people watching their channel. It's really not black. It's white supremacists all through their channel. And you can tell, even when they say I'm a black, racists on YouTube always like to start off their sentence with, I'm a black guy. I'm a black. First of all, black people don't say, I'm a black. I'm one of the blacks. The hell up out of here with that bullshit. No, you're not. Right? Like they try to identify themselves in their first sentence. I'm a black guy. I'm a black woman. No, you're not. You're a fake page. You're a fake channel. I'm a black. As a fellow black, giving themselves away. That's how we know y'all ass ain't black. When you say stuff like that, we know you're not, right? And then they follow it up with some racist stuff. Look at the comments in their videos, man. Nobody over there likes black people. And here they go making content to feed that community. How can you snuggle up to people who hate you? How can you kowtow to people who don't like people that look like you? All they're doing is identifying you as one of the good ones, and not because they really love you and would love to have you around them. No, you say things about black people that they feel like they cannot say in their everyday life without being reprimanded, right? Without being, without having to deal with consequences. So they like that you're a black man. They use people like the Cartier family as a way to say, I'm not racist because these black men are saying the same thing that I'm saying about their own people. So I can't be racist. That's all it is. Getting used up. Again, tokens get spent. Nick Fuentes calls every black conservative out here a token, including them. Including them. And they're too dumb to recognize that. They're too dumb to recognize it. And I know people will say, oh, you call them dumb. Yes. Yes. They're dumb. 100%. I watch Nick Fuentes out here. Again, call every black conservative. Call every black conservative tokens. And then let me say this too. Because in the video that they're talking about Nick Fuentes and him going at black MAGA folks like Brandon Tatum, they say, well, you know, he's not racist, you know. And one of the dudes on the left, he always on the left hand side, you know, the one with the low fade, the low cut. He started saying, well, when they was talking about black people, he said, well, we went to black events and it wasn't racist. And he was like, well, they were black conservatives, right? Well, it wasn't violent. And he's making it seem like, oh, if you're a black conservative, you're not violent, but you're a black liberal, you're violent. Like, what? He's calling black people in general. Nick Fuentes is calling black people criminal and violent people. And here your stupid ass go, trying to create a faction between, he's calling all black people violent. And here they go, trying to create like a subdivision of black, well, you know, the black conservatives, we're not the ones who are violent, you know, the black liberals, they're the violent ones. No, dummy, he's talking about all black people, you know. And see, stuff like this irritates me because they know better. They know better, but they're doing whatever they have to do to keep that audience of theirs supporting them at all times. You know, Nick Fuentes isn't making any distinctions between black people. He's saying all black. He's saying stay away from all black people. All black people. And here they go. They're trying to play all these mental games to try to justify his actions and things that he's saying. You know, and I've told y'all before, I'm talking a little loud, excuse me. I've told y'all before, people like the Cartier family, they follow that same, it's a pipeline they all follow. They go from reacting to popular music, and then they go to reacting to Eminem. And I told y'all, about 40% of Eminem fans are MAGA, even though he's not, right? They see that support from that audience because they get a lot of views and numbers from reacting to Eminem. Then they go from reacting to Eminem to reacting to Tom McDonald, to Ben Shapiro, to Tucker Carlson, etc. Then that goes to them reacting to Thomas Sowell. And then they come out and just start talking anti-black in the highest degree. You know? Yeah, the Eminem reacting to Black Fatigue Pipeline. Exactly. Yeah, man. Now, they did mention Essence Festival. But the one dude on the Cartier family said no. They said some other event too. But then one dude like, well, they're not conservatives. And one of the Cartier family, one of the guys in the Cartier family says, well, they're not conservatives at the Essence Festival, and they're absolutely not. You know, but I'm just tripping out, man. The mom said, one of the boys say he's racist, but what they got to do with me? He's an anti-black racist, but what does that have to do with you? That like what? How do you sound? What do you mean? He's a racist, and it has everything to do with you. He don't like black people. You're black. Why are you trying to coddle this man and handle him with kid gloves? This is despicable. This is despicable. And again, their whole family didn't fail them. Their parents, all that, because I always say this. I could never get away with making that type of content. And my family would be on my head. My grandmama, my father, my mother, my uncles, my aunties, my younger cousins would have been checking me. Like my younger cousins would have been checking me. You know, now I think they're from Louisiana, but I know they went to the University of Louisiana Lafayette. They ran track for the Raging Cajuns, right? That's even worse though, considering what the racism that people in Louisiana have faced all throughout the state. But we know what happened in New Orleans specifically, you know, during Katrina. But just because you go to college somewhere, that doesn't mean you're from there. You know, because I went to school in Mississippi at Mississippi Valley State University. I'm from Chicago. I went to grad school at Arkansas State University. I'm from Chicago. So that doesn't always mean that you're from there, but I don't know. I think they are from Louisiana though, you know? But I always say this about the Cartier family. They really don't have opinions of their own, and you can see them struggling with the fact, trying to even form an opinion about Nick Fuentes. All that they do is latch on to any opinions that these anti-black conservatives have. They latch on to those opinions because they know, hey, they get fed into the YouTube algorithm that way. And we keeping it a buck, man. When you anti-black, your videos get pushed on YouTube heavily. Your videos get a big push if you're talking any anti-black stuff. If I was a living nocturnal animal, if I was acting like a nocturnal animal on YouTube, I'd probably be at about 70, 80,000 subscribers. If I was a real nocturnal animal, if I was out here on Uncle Ruckus time, if I was out here bootlicking and buck dancing every day of the week, oh my God, I'd probably be in another stratosphere. Torian Rain, man, what's going on, Torian? He said that minds were not trying to come up with a defense of Nick. Yeah, man, did you see him? They were trying to figure out a way to cover for Nick. They were trying to create a way to cover for Nick at all turns. And I said, this is sad, man. This is really, really sad. And look, did you know what's embarrassing? The one with the little braids in his head. You know the brother, like this is what killed. Like, I don't know if he probably has denounced now. He's a brother of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity like me. And anybody that knows anything about Kappa Alpha Psi. Like, these are some of the most this fraternity, for real. This fraternity was founded by 10 black men in one in the Ku Klux, in the backyard of the Ku Klux Klan, created to let black men know that we could be way more than labor workers. Way more than labor workers. We could be entrepreneurs, like the founders of Kappa Alpha Psi were dentists, doctors, lawyers, journalists, educators, right? All of that. And if he joined this, I hope he denounced, because it like being everything he stands for is against everything that Kappa Alpha Psi is about. Colin Kaepernick is a brother of Kappa Alpha Psi. That he don't have shit in common with dude. I am a brother of Kappa Alpha Psi. I have nothing in common with that dude at all. You know what I'm saying? So, oh my God. Honorable brothers like Arthur Ashe, brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi, like, what? You know? So he's the worst one. He's very disgusting when he talks about black women. I remember him calling Jasmine Crockett all type of bitches. Shut up, bitch. All of that, right? He would never say that about a conservative white woman at no turn. I heard him talk disgusting about it. Like, it's just crazy, man. Any black person, any black woman, he cussing, calling them all every vile name under the sun. Under the sun. But when it comes to white conservatives, he's trying to figure out a way to protect Nick Fuentes. I'm like, I've never seen it. Why aren't you talking so boldly and so vile against Nick Fuentes? You know? And what's crazy is, he said they'd be on their best behavior with the usual. Oh man, best behavior. Best behavior with white supremacists, they handle them with care. And for all the videos that they got on YouTube, they will make sure they highlight the worst of black folks. They will never put up positive stories about black people on their channel. They will never put up positive stories about black folks on their channel. I'm telling y'all, they would lose. They would probably lose about 97, 98% of all of their following, for real. Only about 2% of their followers are still there, probably. Maybe 5% of the followers who are still there from when they were reacting to videos, to music. For real. They will lose their fan base, 100%. They rather yes a boss, yes a massa, yes a boss. They rather do that all day and say, yo, man, these black people show we is ignorant. We show violent. We show we don't got no education. We can't talk. We can't think. We dumb. We all on welfare. We don't know how to carry ourselves. They do that all day long. They rather do that to show and these are black men that went to college, knowing they was around other great, positive black men and women on a regular basis, but they would rather highlight the lowest of black folks as a way to get rubs on the head and attaboys from racist people. The racist MAGA people be on Angel Reese heavy too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, I couldn't. Dude, man, I got a James Evans type black father. My daddy probably, what? If he seen me out here talking like this, he found out I was talking like that on YouTube. Like I was acting like the Cartier family. Oh my God, I'd be scared to even show my face on YouTube again. It's no way, man. I've never seen like these I call them the baby bug dancers, man. And again, they're not babies. They just young. But I'm like, man, I remember I saw them reacting to Tom McDonald, and I said, that's when I said they lost the plot. Because what the fuck what are you doing listening? What are you doing listening to Tom McDonald? That is horrible rap. My grandmama would cuss me out. We put on some Tom McDonald around her. My grandma, what the fuck is this? When I see you listening to Tom, I know that's intentional. You listen, they talking about Ben Shapiro raps is fire. When Ben Shapiro was rapping, talking about this pretty dope. Come on, bro. Well, I know what you're doing when you do that. No, it's not. But I know who you're catering, who you're pandering to. You pandering. They always say they hate panderers. They pander more than anybody I know. Man. All they doing is cosplaying. Cosplaying 100%. You know what I mean? And the other thing about Nick Fuentes, and he like half Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? Like half, what he's like, half Italian, half Hispanic. You know? Races and rap. Exactly. MAGA and rap don't go together at all. Don't go together at all. It's not like this oxymoronic. Tom McDonald is a MAGA rapper. I said, man, what? This is not, they don't even sound right, man. that those two don't go together at all. But when I saw them reacting to Tom McDonald and all that, I said, oh yeah. Anytime a black person starts reacting to Thomas Sowell, I know what time it is. Thomas Sowell is another person who throws on the cape for white supremacists. He tries to make black people look like, he tries to gaslight black folks into thinking that racism is a figment of our imagination. He serves as a person who gives credence, who gives credibility to white supremacists. He's another one of those individuals that they love to talk about. When they want to keep up their racism, they say black people need to stop complaining about racism. They point to Thomas Sowell and his conversations on YouTube and say, well, listen, he says racism isn't a problem. He says racism is a thing of the past. Stop talking about it, you know? Yeah, No Life Shack, I didn't got on No Life Shack head a few times on his channel. A few times, because he does the same thing, right? What's the dude that said he's Adam Calhoun? When Adam Calhoun was in that rap video, and Adam Calhoun claims he's from Chicago. His ass not from no south side of Chicago like me at all. And if he is, he lived in Beverly or something, grow up, and he was not acting the way he wasn't saying the N-word left and right. So not gonna act like Adam Calhoun was from the hood in Chicago, because no, like I said, in Chicago is very segregated. White folks do not be living in the hood with us in Chicago. That's just not a thing. I knew one white person living in the hood growing up, and that was my homie's grandfather. That was it. So when he act like, he was Adam Calhoun, he really from Chicago, from the hood of Chicago. No, he's not. But anyway, Adam Calhoun had a song called, was it Racism or something like that? What was the name of that song? And Adam Calhoun was saying the N-word left and right. And when No Life Shack was like, and in the video, No Life Shack reacted to the video. He gave Adam Calhoun a pass for saying the N-word, right? And then Adam Calhoun was supposed to be speaking from the perspective of a racist. And he was saying all of these different stereotypes of black folks, saying how all we do is stand in front of the liquor store all day and sell drugs and don't take care of our kids and all of that. And here go No Life Shack. I mean, what he's saying is true. Most of the N-words I know, they don't take care of their kids. They got a whole lot of baby mamas. They go to jail. They sell drugs. They ain't got no job. They ain't go to school. Most of the N-words I know, they all like, I mean, get the hell up out of here, fam. Yeah, and again, Adam Calhoun and people hollering out he from the hood of Chicago. No, the fuck he not. That man ain't never been nowhere we was living at. No, he not. He ain't never been nowhere we was living at in Chicago. Chicago is not us. We are a segregated city. We do not be growing up together with other different ethnicities like that. It's rare. Even in Chicago, I always bring this up. In Chicago, so segregated, it's only a few communities where black people and Hispanics live together. It's not a common thing. So when he talking about he from the hood of Chicago, don't nothing about him say he from the hood of Chicago. He be talking about we seen him with videos in Chicago. And I guarantee you, Adam Calhoun paid them individuals to be around him. He ain't growing up in them same neighborhoods I was growing up in. Yeah. Shaq be on that type of time. Yes. And you know why Shaq got on that type of time? Shaq followed that Eminem reaction pipeline too. And he found out that 40% of Eminem's fan base is MAGA like crazy. Probably 50%. 50%. I'm probably giving it to about 50% of Eminem's fan base is MAGA, even though Eminem is not. right? And he figured out, if I want to keep growing this channel, I'm going to have to appeal to the things that my Eminem fan base on this channel, what they like. And he followed that blueprint. For real, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what he, Stevie Knight, all of them that they use Eminem's fans to like propel themselves on YouTube. I'm telling you right now, if I got on YouTube right now acting like I never heard Eminem music and just losing my mind about it, I'll probably get another 40,000 subscribers. They know that, right? And they've all followed that program. Let's react to Eminem videos and react to Eminem songs. Half of his fan base, he said, I think it's about 60% to 70% MAGA for Eminem. Yeah, more than half of that man fan base is MAGA, right? And they look at, oh man, okay, they MAGA. Let me react to stuff that they would like. Let me say things. Let me speak in a coded language that they would love. So people like Stevie Knight and the Cartier family, they start talking about black fatigue, right? They start talking about DEI hires. They start using language like, trying to think, woke. They start using woke in its bastardized form, etc. That's what they do, right? They do that. You know what I mean? And and what's crazy is, like you said, Imperial Stats telling facts. Eminem don't even like Donald Trump at all, and he was out on stage with Kamala. But more than half of his fan base does not. They are MAGA to the core. And the Cartier family, all of them figure this out. And they figure out, oh man, I gotta latch on to the MAGA movement to keep getting this channel popping. And they ride it out. They ride that off into the sunset until they can't ride it out no more. They ride with MAGA and anti-black folks until the wheels fall off, which is absolutely disgusting. It's despicable. And when you watch them do it, you wonder, where the hell is y'all family at when you're doing this, man? Where is y'all family at when y'all acting like this? You know? Man, because watching them trying to defend Nick Fuentes was just like, that was the most comical stuff I ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? I was like, wow. DEI pass for unqualified minorities. DEI is a guarantee that qualified minorities will be genuinely considered in hiring practices. Correct. It's not a pass for unqualified. And they know that, though. They already know this. They know that, bro. They know it. They're just trying to figure out a way to spin something to blame stuff on black people again, right? They're trying to figure out a way to blame. DEI is also coded language for black folks. Black folks, black women, black men, that's coded language. We only get stuff because we DEI hires. When we get something, when we achieve anything that's monumental, it's because of DEI. We are DEI hire. That's what they do. The Cartier family are actually DEI conservatives. Absolutely. DEI butter biscuit eaters. For real. Judge Joe Brown is too. I call Judge Joe Brown the butter biscuit eating senile Sambo. Right? Now I know it's gonna be people that don't like that. I know it's gonna be people that don't like me saying that. I got news for y'all. I don't care. I do not care. I don't. But yeah, man. But yeah, they use this coded language and they think that we're not smart enough to catch on. Like, anybody that watches boxing, right? And I hate to veer off. I hate to veer off. I'm a big boxing fan, right? And at one point, majority of the top black fighters in the boxing game were signed by Al Heyman under Premier Boxing Champions, PBC, the PBC. And when people wanted to criticize black fighters, black boxers, they would say, those PBC guys, those PBC guys. It was coded language for saying black people, black fighters. Instead of saying black fighters, they would say those PBC guys, those PBC guys. That meant black fighter, right? And you can see the animus they would talk about PBC fighters. They were talking about black people. On the YouTube game, in the YouTube world, right? In the YouTube algorithm, buck dancers do that. They use coded language to talk, and white supremacists as well. White supremacists use coded language to talk about black people all the time. Nick Fuentes will outright, he will not hide it. He will step all the way in it and say black folks, say that he will say the N-word. He will be a proud racist. It's a lot of them that try to hide behind their race, hide their racism behind using certain words. But see, me, a brother like me, I know what you on. You can't hide it from me. I know what time it is, man. I know what time it is. But and the Cartier family, they know what time it is as well. But they're willing to go against their own interests in order to make some money on YouTube. And again, I always will tell y'all, all of us in the YouTube game, in the content creation world, we all want to get money for our content. I'm just being honest with y'all. We do, right? I would love to not have to go to work tonight because I got to go to work tonight, and I could just be making YouTube content all around, all around the clock. Sorry for stuttering. I would love to make content all around the clock and be able to just get money and feed my family solely off YouTube. But that's not a reality for me, right? But however, I would never, in order to make money, I would never throw my people under the bus. I would never trash and belittle my own people. I would never use my people as like, I would never use my people as a way for racists to get their racism off. You know what I mean? I would never be used as a token, allow myself to be a token for people who hate black folks. You would never see it from me, man. But they don't care at all. Again, they allow themselves to be stepping stones for racists. They allow that. I used to watch the Cartier family when they first started out, but the moment they started cheeking, I was out, unsubscribed. Absolutely. And yeah, because they started out reacting to popular music from back in the day, from before they were born or whatever. They started out like that, and everybody was, a lot of people was there to watch them on their journey. I'm telling y'all, when the Eminem reaction started, that's when everything changed. When they saw their fan base, when they saw the subscriber count, I'm sorry. When they saw their subscriber count get bigger when they was reacting to Eminem, they said, we got to do something different now. They started looking in the comments, and they started looking at what them Eminem what them Eminem subscribers, the Eminem fans were saying. And I said, it seems like they're MAGA. It seems like they have a distaste for black folks. Let's go on and jump on this bandwagon and keep increasing our fan base. You say, all right, hello. Yeah, Brian, I bet they can't name the three branches of government. Nor how a bill gets passed. Not at all. I know they can't. I know they can't. But they will sit up here and act like they do. All they do is just piggyback off of everything white supremacists say. They could never get into a debate with anybody. They will get cooked, sauteed, grilled, boiled, broiled, air fried, all of the above. Every adjective you can think of for cooking, it would happen to them. SL say same with the Hodge twins. Another reason I'm always weary about gym bros. I said it. Every time, again, I want to be swole and buffed up too. I want to be in great shape. You know what I'm saying? I got to get myself in much better shape, right? But every time I see a brother on YouTube and he got muscles talking, I say, oh shit. Because I know it's about to be some BS. A lot of them dudes, a lot of the gym bros on YouTube, they grift and they cosplay, where they grift and they jump over to the MAGA anti-black conservative side. Because a lot of times the gyms that they working out in, a lot of them not working out in black gyms. And they be around a lot of non-black people in these gyms who say racist jokes, and to stay one of the good old guys, the good old boys, to become one of the guys, one of the bros. They allow racist jokes and racist rhetoric, they allow it to fly in order to fit in with the other gym bros. And then they themselves start to repeat the same type of racist rhetoric, even if it's about their own people, even if it's at their own expense, they start repeating the same type of anti-black jokes. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, they all end up learning. They all end up learning what happens to them eventually, and they all end up learning. All they're gonna do is get spent. White supremacists do not like you. It don't matter. It doesn't matter if you say the same things that they say. It doesn't matter if you piggyback off of their statements. They do not like you. They despise you. They don't consider you one of them. They will not look at you as just as an equal at all. They're gonna use you up for what they want to use you for, and they will use you to get their racism off. That's what they use. They use they use black MAGA folks to get their racism off, hands down. And then when they have no use for you anymore, they call you the racist names that they've been calling every other black person. And then they sit around looking shocked. Oh my God, I can't believe they talking like this about me. Brandon Tatum acting like his world is falling down and he don't know what to do. He's so shocked. He's getting called out by a white supremacist like Nick Fuentes. Of course. Of course. You thought you had friends in this game? You thought you was one of them? Hell no. And you never will be. You never will be. You said, especially the gym bros that wear the cowboy hats. Oh, Stevie Knight of the Ku Klux Klan. Yes. Man, he threw that cowboy hat on quick. He just knew he was Walker, Texas Ranger. He just knew he was Chuck Norris. God damn. Then I remember when he got into it with Alba and Freach. He put the do-rag on under the cowboy hat when he got called out for loving his white zaddy. And I said, oh, man, I ain't never seen the cowboy hat and the do-rag combination. He lost. He don't know if he want to be black or he want to be Walker, Texas Ranger. Make up your mind, brother. You get Stevie White Knight. Yes, 100%. Black Mall say that's my biggest issue. With the internet, people like the Cartier family, Stevie Knight, etc., don't have to deal with the consequences of what they say in real life. I bet they act differently. Yeah, man, listen, a lot of them don't have to deal with the consequences because they don't really put themselves. Well, they went to the Essence Fest, and a lot of people probably don't even know who they are because a lot of people at the Essence Fest, some of them probably don't even live in their world on YouTube where they looking at content from buck dancing black folks like that, right? Or people go to the Essence Fest to have a good time. So they're like, whatever. They ain't really paying attention to them, But yeah, they get, I guess, to roam freely and keep making anti-black content. D Scorpio say they will always get their hard ER word wake-up call soon. Absolutely. It always comes. Sooner than later it comes too. The moment they do something that the other anti-black white folks don't like, oh man. Oh, and they coming at them quick. They always gonna get that wake-up call. The moment if they start thinking they're equal to them, they're gonna let them know, hey, no. You can't live in this all-white town. Respectfully, hell no. Keep your black ass out there. You're not coming in here with us. I don't care how much you go against your own people. You're not one of us. Bye. Yeah. And after that, don't come bringing your butt over here trying to come kick it with black folks once you get kicked to the curb by the MAGA folks. Don't come over here trying to come hang out and thinking you finna come eat macaroni and cheese and catfish and all that with us. No, you're not finna come to the block party, the family reunions. You're not coming to the dang on the Labor Day barbecue, the Memorial Day barbecue. You not coming to the fish fry, nothing. You can't hang with us. You can't sit at the space table. None of that at all. Don't come around here. Because one thing, you cannot sit with us. What my man say, what Cameron say on Paid in Full, no champagne, no rice, no champagne, no rice, no none of that. No, you can't come over here. You gotta stay eating casserole. Don't try to come slither back here. Don't come try to slither They try to slither back over here when they get thrown into the wayside. No. Stay where you was at, because you were staunchly on that side riding out with them. Don't you on? Yeah, you don't. And a lot of times, man, my people can be so forgiving. Because I remember a few people were like, man, do you think it's a redemption arc for them? Absolutely, absolutely not. Once you draw that line, stay over there. Don't come over here, because then when the moment you get called the N-word, you try to come run over here around here with us. No. Uh ah yeah, Candace, and that's another thing too, because a lot of time our black folks be trying to figure out a way to let Candace Owens back over here with us. No. She already showed where her bread, what side her bread was buttered on, what side her biscuit was buttered on, rather. You got to stay over there. Don't try to come over here now. Don't try to, hey, it worked for OJ. Yeah, you're right. Black folks showed let OJ Simpson ride out with that too. They showed OJ was able to reinvent himself during the trial, and after he got out of jail and got on that show with Cam and Mace, he was able to rebrand himself. But y'all remember, he told black folks he ain't black, he OJ. Black folks gotta stop. Letting folks just, you gotta stay over there. Because Candace drew the line in the sand a long time ago. And I used to always tell people always used to try to, oh man, she just trying to hold us accountable. Candace Owens just trying to hold us accountable. And I always say, who is she holding us accountable in front of? White supremacists. Her audience is made up of white supremacists who hate black people. So what use is it that she's holding us accountable to an audience that does not like black people at all? Her audience is not black people. Her audience is not made up of predominantly black people at all. So holding us accountable, all she doing is holding up this picture of degeneracy for black folks, of black people. And her fan base, her following goes, that's what her following looks at her, call black people degenerate, and they say, that's right, Candace. Talk about those N-words. Talk about those Negroes. Tell them they degenerate. Tell them they ain't nothing. Tell them their culture is sick and disgusting. They always talk about black culture being horrible and despicable. But in the same breath, their children love black culture. From the rap music, from the way black people talk, to the slang we use, to the way we dress, all of that, man. All of them come out here saying black culture is so despicable and disgusting and it's so vile. And they all be wanting to latch on to black culture and talk like black folks, walk like black folks, dress like black folks, listen to black music, all of that. So if it's so horrible, why do you and your children love to latch on in some way? Make that make sense. You know? Yeah, I knew this was coming. He said the moment she stops saying what they want to hear, Candace fans will turn on her too. Dahlia, what's going on? The moment she stops saying what they want to hear, Candace's fans will turn on her too. She's already on thin ice over Trump. If she starts embracing Jews, it's a wrap. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Black Mall is wilding. Black Mall is wilding, man. For real. uh she said she's not doing that like ever. I always laugh when they put up a picture of Gabrielle Union, right? And then they put up a picture of Candace Owens right next to her. The picture of Gabrielle Union says Gabrielle Union, and the picture of Candace Owens says Gabrielle Confederacy. And Gabrielle Confederacy is crazy, man. I'll be dying laughing. That girl is a Confederate soldier. That girl is a knight of the Ku Klux Klan, man. Say it's a trash panda parade out here. I'm telling you. That's my dog Leroy Green. Every time I see the name Leroy Green, I start want to quote I start wanting to quote The Last Dragon, man. But that's my brother though. Shout out Leroy, always showing support, man. I just love The Last Dragon. I love that movie. I love that movie. Gabrielle Confederacy. I gotta find the meme of that, man. I have to find the meme of that. Afro Martial Arts says salute, Machiavelli. What's going on, man? Man, I'm maintaining, brother. I'm maintaining, boss. Just maintaining it. Trying to keep my head above water out here in this world, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you popping onto the live. So Candace has been fighting hard to defend Charlie Kirk's death. Boy, ain't she? Hold on. Candace, did you have something going on with Charlie Kirk? Did she more distraught than Charlie Kirk's wife? Man, she man. But did y'all have some? Was that your secret boo or something? Like, man, I really want to know. Was that your sweet thing? Cause she man. I ain't seen Charlie Kirk's wife do that much crying. Direct your pizza to Daddy Green's Pizza. Hey, man, what showing up say? Am I the meanest? Am I the prettiest? Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town? Shout out to Ty Mac, man. I'm about the last draft. Hey, said, bro, the raccoons been wilding lately. Did you see Brandon Tatum got flamed? Oh, yeah, I was talking about it on here. Brandon Tatum, and I'm saying he got his wake-up call quick. He's so hurt. Talk about they was best friends. They get him out of here. Yeah, boy, Stevie Knight. Oh boy, Stevie out here. He was so acting like him and Charlie Kirk grew up together. He acted like Charlie Kirk was the godfather to his kids, and that brother was just like they lived and kicked it together every day of their life. He was so hurt, man. This stuff about Kirk, man. It's Kirk, man. People they talking about Kirk, man. They talking about Kirk. Can't believe how they talking about Kirk. If they messing with Kirk, man, I don't like it, man. They messing with Kirk. Messing with Kirk, man, I don't like this shit. About to drop a dime on them brothers in a minute. Man, that's why when when Alba and Priest was calling, they were calling Charlie Kirk Stevie Knight's white zaddy. Stevie Knight lost it. He was spiraling. Couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it, man. You said I used to cook Stevie Knight so much he messaged me like stuff. Hey man, he absolutely annoys me. I will never forget that Sinners review he did. And I remember I made that video about his Sinners review. I was flaming him. Cause the way he could just the fact that he couldn't wait to call Wumi Masaku the fat black girl. And he couldn't wait to call her that. The fat black girl. He couldn't wait. That was flying out his mouth. How woke the movie was. And golly. Man, what? I remember I made a video talking about that, man. I was just like, and then I always bring up his girlfriend in the car with him. Because I don't think they married. She in the car with, when he was talking about the movie was overrated. And she in the car with him talking about something. Why y'all gas it down? Why y'all gas it down? Why y'all gas? Yeah, Wumi Masaku finer than Frog here. Let's be for real. Wumi Masaku finer than a ticket on a dashboard. Let me tell you, look. Let me tell you, if I was Michael B. Jordan and Wumi Masaku wasn't married, I'd have been trying to see what can we take this after this movie? You know? Dahlia said it always disgusts me when I hear black people use the word woke like white people. Yes. Despicable. And let me say this too. I know a black person is I know a black person is a white supremacist apologist the moment he calls another black man racist. When I hear a black man call another black person racist, I say, oh, wow. Especially when a black man is talking about white supremacy, and you call another black man racist. When a black man calls another black person racist, I'll be like, oh snap, here we go. Because we all know black people don't have enough, we don't have power to be racist in this world. We can be prejudiced like a mug, though. Like a mug. We can be prejudiced, but we don't have power to be racist at all. So when I say, you say that's that reverse racism, yes, that is the reverse racism babble. When I see a black man or black woman call another black person racist, that's that old reverse racism. That's that Teddy Atlas side of the game. That's like reverse racism to me. That's what they start doing. That's that old reverse racism babble. Yeah, man. Like I'll be like, oh, when they call another black person racist, I'll be like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Because I don't like it be like, what you getting at when you calling this black man racist? You know? Like oh man, y'all about to have me say too much on here, man. Y'all about to have me say too much. Yeah, when they say things like, when I hear any black person that uses the word race baiter, I know you are aligned with white supremacists. I know you are a white supremacist best friend. I know white supremacists love you. I know you are the favorite on 4chan. I know you are the favorite on 4chan when you say words like race baiter. Black folks don't use that type of word. Don't word. We don't use that word. That's not a word that's in our vocabulary. Black people who are on code, no. Race baiter. Race baiter is a word that white supremacists use when they don't want to get called out for the racism that they benefit from. So they say words like race baiter. When a person is pro-black and speaks out against anti-black racism, they say, oh, you're just a race baiter. But if a black man using that word, I know he's compromised 100,000%. It ain't no way you can convince me they're not. Hey, what did you say? Race? What did you say? Hell no. D Scorpio say, I hate when black people use the word woke as if it's a bad thing. It tells me everything I need to know about them. Absolutely. Using that word, I know what time it is. When you use it in its bastardized form, I know where you lie. Stop playing victim. Nocturnal animal lingo. Yes. Yes. Just playing victim. You're playing victim. Nocturnal animal lingo. Nocturnal animal all day when you say that. I know what you own. Natasha say, yeah, I stopped watching them a while ago. At first, look at these young men. Now I'd be like, look at these baby bug dancers. Look at these butter biscuit eating bug dancers right here. Just look at them. Look at them defend white supremacy. Look at them just feed into all the negative stereotypes of black people. Look at them holler out black fatigue. Just look at these bug dancers. Look at these goddamn on tap dancing, butter biscuit eating fools. Take a look at them, man. I'm trying to look and say, ah, she called them. Oh my God, yeah, they are Rangers, 100%. Said Cartier. Black fatigue was originally meant Black fatigue was originally meant to express how black people felt due to racism. Now it means something else. Yes, a lot of times they hijack these words, like woke. Woke was meant to mean to describe anybody that was to describe anybody that was conscious within the black community. Now they use woke to mean anything that's not alt right. So yes, they hijack these words often. 100%. Oh, don't forget. Hey, Black Mom say, don't forget when they say it's not about race, it's about class today. Hey, let me tell you something. When I was at Arkansas State University, I was in grad school and I was in this class called Race Gender Media. Actually, my teacher named Miss Sandra Combs, she just passed away, my instructor. God rest her soul. Beautiful, beautiful woman, black woman. She taught that race gender media class. Now, Arkansas State is a predominantly white institution, right? I'm in a class and she's talking about white privilege. This black woman. And this black, like, Arkansas State is about like 85% white. She in here talking about white privilege and everything, white supremacy. She talking about the Confederate flag, all of this. And it's with this one white dude in class. His name was Adrian. He kept trying to point, it's not about race though, right? It's about classism. It's not race though. It's not right. Brother, we're in a race gender media class. What are you talking about? Yes, it is. Every time something was clearly about race, he kept on. It's not about race, though, right? It's not really about race. I hate anybody that do that. They don't want to. They don't want to talk about racism because then they start feeling guilty, right? I don't want to feel guilty about, well, my ancestors. I wasn't born. I don't want to feel. Man, listen. We gotta acknowledge this racism in this country. Not acting like it doesn't exist will never get us nowhere. You cannot dismantle the walls of white supremacy. Can't dismantle systemic racism without addressing it. So that whole notion that Morgan Freeman was out there hollering and screaming out, talking about the way to end racism is to stop talking about it, that's stupid. Like I always say, there's no problem that can be fixed without talking about it. Anybody that tells you that is silly and just silly, 100%. So when Morgan Freeman was hollering that out, I was so mad because white supremacists love pulling up that quote from Morgan Freeman. Hell, Morgan Freeman played God in the movie. How could he be wrong? Man, that motherfucker was wrong. He was as wrong as raisins and potato salad. Seriously, when he said that. All the way. And I'm like Charlie X, I'm like you, bro. I don't care if the truth makes you feel guilty. Get over it like you tell us to get over slavery. Yes. So when that dude Adrian was in class, kept talking about it's not race though, because he was always feeling guilty about racist talks. I don't care. I don't care if you feel bad about it. Yeah, you should. You should feel bad about racism and how Black Americans are treated in this country. You should, right? But I don't care. It makes you feel guilty, man. We got to talk about this. We not here to coddle. This class is not called race gender media to coddle your feelings and to make you feel safe up in here. No, it's not. We're going to have hard conversations about things that need to be discussed. Yeah, Morgan Freeman way too old to be talking like that. But one thing I learned in his life is just because a person is old does not mean they're wise. It's a lot of old fools in this world. A lot of old people who say, look at Clarence Thomas. It's a lot of old fools and they got high paying jobs. They didn't went to school and got degrees, all of that, and they still nothing but old fools. So yeah, you got to call out elders too. It's unfortunate, but it's necessary. When an elder is acting and he's buck dancing and he's kowtowing to white supremacy, they got to be called out as well. We can't let them off the hook because they older. Because if anything, they should know better from all the stuff they've seen living on this earth. In the 70 plus years of Morgan Freeman didn't been here. For him to say that was a slap in the face to Black Americans. Slap in the face to Black folks. So I found out Clarence Thomas used to hang with Black Panthers and was shocked. Yeah, and it's crazy. A lot of brothers might have used to been on cold, and then they found their way off the road due to a lot of things, due to wanting to further their career, wanting to climb the totem pole. Sometimes it deals with who they marry, who they're in relationships with, etc. You know? Yeah. He said, on it, in order to talk about racism, one particular has to admit they aren't ish and haven't been ish. Who wants to do that? Man, look, they go from Black Panther to Winter Soldier. Oh my God, man. Yeah, man. But I had to talk about, I had to get on here and talk about y'all boys. I keep calling them y'all boys. That's your man. Your man's. It's your man's now, right? The Cartier family, because they are despicable. They are just embarrassments. If I ain't never seen such, you know? He said they said Clarence Thomas got beat up by the cops and also turned down by a black woman he liked, and it was a wrap. He said, "Oh no, it's enough. Enough is enough. I got I gotta go off." So I haven't seen. I saw Michelle Beadle say something about Stephen A, but I haven't seen Stephen A. Smith's response to Michelle Beadle. I gotta see it. I have to see it. That'd be an all black woman don't like me. Oh no, black man. Let me tell you something. A black woman not being attracted to certain black men creates all type of horrible podcasts. A black woman not being attracted to a black man, one black woman not being attracted to one black man, it will create all type of horrible podcasts. Podcasts where dudes hate black women, they hate black women and hate black people. Then it becomes, oh, black women only like thugs and black men only want to be thugs. All for getting turned down. God damn. Oh, hold on. Hey, did Stephen A post this one today? Did he post his response to Michelle Beadle today? I gotta watch it because I gotta react to it. I gotta make a video about it. I wish he ain't respond to Carrie though, because that critique was valid. Um, hold on. When you say Carrie champion, because you know I've been on Michelle Beadle head for a while. I'm not fond of Michelle Beadle at all. Um, Michelle Beadle is something else, man. He said that Rock versus Stone Cold was a cool live, bro. Man, I appreciate it, man. A lot of times I diversify the content, try to, do different type of things and stuff and certain stuff, Um, you just described Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, Mr. Potato Head, man. Oh, Michelle Beadle racist coded like it ain't nothing. For real. Definitely is. I gotta I gotta watch what he said about Michelle Beadle. So yeah, Carrie champion. Her critique of Stephen A was valid. What did he say about Carrie? Because I remember him. Carrie was on First Take back in the day with Stephen A and Skip, but I gotta see what I didn't even know Carrie said anything to Stephen A. I didn't know she said anything to Stephen A. But yeah, Anton Daniels getting no love over here. I called that man all type of Mr. Potato Heads in my video. Man, Anton Daniels hate black people and he hate black women. He hate black women because he wasn't able to really pull many black women growing up. And with certain brothers, when they don't be able to get the black woman they want, they hate every black woman on this earth. Now he feel like all single mothers should burn in hell. If you ask Anton Daniels, and black men need to burn in hell too. If we are black men and we take up for a single mother, we need to burn in hell. If we are black men and we are against racism, we need to burn in hell too. That's how Anton Daniels. That's how he give it up. That's the content he makes. Yeah. uh yeah, but when a brother can't get some fine, when a brother can't get no fine black woman, he be mad. They be mad, and they see, you know, all these women only like ghetto thugs. They only like ghetto thugs, nothing but criminals. It's like, brother, what? You just didn't have no game, bro. You just didn't have nothing interesting about yourself. You just didn't know how to have no charm about yourself. You just stink. You don't wash up, you know? Your hygiene terrible. Hey, you know, it might be that, brother. It might be that. Yeah, they always forget all the girls that. What about Felicia that was in geometry class with you? She might not have no BBL body, but she got a nice face. She pretty. She smell good. She got a really dope personality. Got nice, pretty teeth in her mouth, and you ain't like her because she ain't look like that Instagram model that you be looking at on IG all day. You be in her DM talking to yourself in her DM because she don't look like that girl that was in the video. The damn, she don't look like the girls in the latest video out. Now all women hate you and you hate them back. Let me tell you something. That MGTOW stuff is crazy. As a man, there's nothing I ever want to be a part of in life. Men going their own way. Man, what? I never want to be a part of nothing like that. But yeah, yeah, trying to holler at Susan, man. Y'all had me rolling, man, for sure. But hey, y'all, man, look, I got to get off this thing. It's time for me to start getting ready to wind my day down. Y'all know I got to get on the clock and whatnot, man. But I appreciate all y'all popping on here with me, man. It's late in the evening. It means a lot to me. We're gonna do another live stream tomorrow. We're gonna have some fun. Got more content coming. So I appreciate all y'all that hopped on here, man. Thank y'all a ton. It means a lot to me and everything, man. So yeah, all love and y'all be smooth. Y'all be safe out here. Peace.